Hello from beautiful Nicaragua. We are here today at Morgan's Rock Eco Lodge, and we just finished completing our Boho Beautiful Retreat, a new program that is coming up. And we are just so excited to bring this program to life because we've been able to create something that will give people the opportunity to experience a yoga retreat out of the comforts of their own home. So it's a lot of exploration through yoga, mindfulness, and a deeper discovery of your inner self. So if you'd like to learn more about this program, check out bohobeautiful.life and you'll see all the information there. Now, I wanted to just take a moment today and focus a little lesson on inversions. Now, inversions can be a very fun experience, but quite intimidating for a lot of people, especially when they're just stepping into yoga. So I wanted to take the time today to first give you a breakdown step by step how to achieve a couple of inversions. And secondly, give those experienced yogis an opportunity to start to progress their practice and see what other variations they can do once they master that inversion. Will we find love at the end of life? All right, so now before we get into practicing our headstand, I want to teach you one exercise which is called your dolphin planks, which will help you get that strength and stability in your shoulders and your core. And if you're only starting with exploring headstands, perhaps this is something you just want to stick to for now, and then once you get a little bit more comfort and confidence and even just holding your weight on your forearms, then you can start to progress and get to the next level. Okay, so let's just do a quick set of 8 dolphin planks, and over time I want you to go up to 10, 15, and then 20. So to do a dolphin plank, you're going to come onto your elbows, and you can either keep your hands open like this or interlace your fingers like you're about to start doing the headstand. Then come into plank. From your plank position, you're going to lift your hips up like a downward facing dog, but on your elbows. On your exhalation, you come back into plank and come on up. So inhale, lift into dolphin, and then exhale, plank for 2. Lift, and 3. Lift, exhale, 4. Lift, exhale, 5. Now, try this little trick and bring your chest even lower down. 6, so you're really pushing off the forearms. Lift, and 7, almost like a very low plank. 8, come on up. Great job. Now let's come down to the knees. Let's start to work on our headstand. I will walk you through different stages depending on the level that you're at. So first we're going to interlace the fingers. Elbows are grounded, forearms are grounded into the floor. Then you're going to go ahead and tuck the chin to the chest and then place the top of your head on the mat. Now I'm going to stress this again. Your weight is not going to come on top of your head. Most of your weight is actually in your forearms, so to a point where you could lift your head off the floor. Not that you're going to have to do that, but just so for you to keep in mind. Now let's tuck your toes and lift your hips into that dolphin. Before we begin, now start to walk your feet as close as you can until you start to feel your weight on your forearms. And maybe just stay with your feet together and just start to play with that weight transfer, coming up and then down, lifting the heels up as high as you can, and then pressing into your elbows. One more. Then from here, next step is to try and lift one foot off the ground, or bend the knee, and then release. Same thing to the other side. Bend the knee, and see if you can lift up to the tippy toes, and then release. And again, you guys, maybe this is where you're going to stop today, and you're going to only practice the weight transfer. If you're ready for the next step, then we're going to start one leg at a time. Bend the knee, and then see if you can bring the other foot and just balance here. Your knees are bent. Most of your weight is in your elbows, in your forearms. You're cradling your head between your hands, and that's where you're going to stay. Version 3, more extended, is to actually start to extend your legs and come into that full headstand. All right, and just finding your breath. So feel free to come out of this posture and practice a few times. Or if you're with me and you're more advanced, I'm going to take you to a couple more stages here. Next stage is to try and come into a V, where you bring your legs halfway and just engage through the core.
This is actually an Ashtanga yoga position. So you're just holding here. It's quite difficult. And then once you gain the core strength, you can lower your feet and then lift both legs back up together. Good. Let's come on out and I'll show you a different variation, a little bit more challenging to come up. Now, when you come out of your headstand, I'd like you to first just take a child's pose for maybe about 5 seconds. Rest your forehead on the mat. And again, just allowing your body, your spine to settle so you don't feel this head rush happening if you come up too fast. And then once you feel okay, then you can slowly come up. There's no rushing in headstands. You really want to take your time. Let's do this again. Now I'll show you a more difficult variation to bring your legs up and then what you can do with your legs in the air. If you're more beginner, just practice with me again, just getting both knees off the ground. So let's do this again. Interlace the fingers, forearms down. Bring your head, lift your hips, walk over. So my advanced yogis, let's stay with me now. Lift your heels, point your toes, press into the elbows and start to just lift up. Hold it here. Full headstand. Next variation is to do eagle legs. You're just going to cross one leg over the other, bend your knees, and see if you can interlace your ankles. Holding eagle. Another variation is just to create a diamond with your legs, bending your knees and just bringing the toes together like so. And then one more variation again, like we did in our shoulder stand. You are going to do a full lotus. Bend your right knee, place your foot to your thigh, open the knee. Bend your other knee, and then start to do little walks with the foot until you come into full lotus and you're holding this lotus pose. 3, 2, 1. Extend. Lift your legs up. With control, take it down. Plant your feet, then your knees. Release your hands. Release your forehead to the floor. Child's pose. Just take a second. Let your body settle. If you need a little bit more time to settle down with your head, feel free to pause the video and then come back. All right. One more posture I'm going to teach you guys today, and that is your elbow stand. Now, elbow stand is quite similar like a shoulder stand. I highly recommend you guys do the dolphins first to get that strength, core stability in your body. Then you are ready to progress to your elbow stand. So to do the elbow stand, we're going to keep your elbows about shoulder width apart. Try to keep the palms of your hands grounded on the floor. Same thing, you're lifting like in headstand, hips up, dolphin, and then start to walk your feet a little closer. And this is where it's going to get a little bit fun. You're just going to kick your one leg up and just practice with that weight transfer. So you're just kicking and down, kicking and down. Do this as many times as you like. Over time, then you're going to try and meet your legs together. So you're going to kick and then bring the other leg and then hold. And maybe you'll fall out. And then slowly, you're going to work on finding that balance and holding your shoulder and holding your elbow stand. Kick it up and hold. Pressing your elbows to the ground, palms down. And a variation you can do is bend both knees. You do like a half scorpion, I call this, where you just allow yourself to open, arch the back a little bit, or bring it back up, and then release. Sometimes when you come out, especially with variations, the weight kind of swings a little bit, so you come out a little faster, but again, just play with it, and then come onto your quick child's pose just to relax the body, and then come on up. All right, so these are just a couple of variations for you to practice with, to have fun with your inversions. Again, remember to be patient and to have fun with it. This should be playtime for you, an exploration of your body. And as time goes on, you will get more strength and you will be able to do a little bit more advanced postures. All right, thank you so much for joining me here in Nicaragua. And I hope you enjoy our new program, Boho Beautiful Retreat, and I look forward to seeing you again. Namaste.
when the madness is gone, and the earthquakes hit weather away, when the breathlessness is hushed, and the best is burned to grey, when the magic is lost in passion and promises.